key to prediction. And I use chart after chart after chart from John F. Kennedy's to, oh my God, you know, just, and they're always very fatalistic charts because, you know, you can't deny it's there, those aspects are there, okay? There's nothing so final as death, okay? But, so I use those charts to show how accurate this predictive technique is. And it's called the cosmic key to prediction. And it utilizes only three things. For you that want to go further on your own, you may keep it in mind. And that's your progress moon, your transit Saturn, and your new moons. Scripture says, let no man judge you, neither meat nor drink or Sabbaths or the new moons, which are a shadow of things to come. A shadow of things to come. The new moons are very predictive. And when they start falling on the angles, like in your case, if you know the new moons are falling at 2 degrees, for example, which is right on your cross. If they're falling in those first degrees of a sign, you know your chart's getting activated by new moon activity. And it's going to be hitting every time, every month there's a new moon. It's going to be close to those points, okay, in interpretation. But that's, and then Saturn. Remember what Saturn was called? It was the Grim Reaper. Okay, the Grim Reaper. That's pretty bad, isn't it? Grim. Have you ever grimaced? Huh? You don't know it? That's good. That's what you speak up, see? See, I think you have moon in Capricorn, you tend to be shy.
Now, you're saying at 2 degrees, mine is at 1?
Well, 1, 2, right in that degree. I said at first degrees of the sign. So,
Okay.
you know that cross of yours is sitting right on that end of the sign of 29 and 1 and 2. So all those planets.
The sun is 2. And the
Yeah, so
moon is 1.
anything gets near the end of that sign, if it's new moons every month, right now they're falling right, I think they're 113 degrees in the middle of the sign. It's not really hitting hard. But when it hits there, and then you add to that Saturn's transit. Father time, back to
So whenever there's a new moon, I have to be...
Yeah, new moons are
aware
calculable.
of.
You can calculate your new moons. I do them for every year generally. The new moons for the entire year, so you can look them. Let's look at this real quick. Say, oh, let's see. Today is, let's see. The last new moon was August 7th. Was 15 Leo. So you can look at them every month. You can. All you have to do is look at an ephemeris. You got one, and see when the moon and sun are together. Okay, wherever the sun is going to be the degree because the moon is moving 12 degrees a day. So whatever degree the sun is, when the moon and sun are in the same sign, that's a new moon. Okay, so
How do you know when it's 1 to 2 degrees?
You either use an ephemeris or you get a list.
It's not always on the night of the new moon.
The new moon is the point where it hits, and it affects that next month. Okay, so that's a predictive area. We're not going to do it in this class. We don't have time for that. But you know, if you take a moment and want, I'll give you a list of new moons. You know, I'll help you. Anybody needs help in here, I'll help you. I'm here for that. So you say, Ron, where's the new moon? I'll give it to you. You go online and get them.
Yeah, but you just said the new moon was 15 degrees, not...
It is falling every month. Right now it's falling about 15 degrees of every sign. So it's 15 degrees Leo
Oh,
now.
it changes.
Next
Okay.
Leo, 15 degrees Virgo. The next month will be about 13 or 12, you know, whatever. It drops back every month about a degree.
So
So in
when
about
the
a
new
year it'll
moon is
start,
on 1 or 2%.
in about a year it'll start hitting on that
1
point
or 2 degrees.
on your
I
chart.
see.
You see?
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
now it's 15 degrees, no worries.
Yeah, and you say, how do you know what's going on, when things are happening in a chart? I'm very conversant with new moons. I know where they're falling, I know where they're gonna be. I know what, in a chart, if I look at a chart and see it cross at a certain degree, I know it's getting activated now or whatever. But anyway, enough of that. We're not doing progressions and new moons. But the Saturn was Father Time. He was the Grim Reaper. Okay, but what does reap mean? You sow something, you reap it.
Karma.
Good, karma, very good. Saturn is a planet of that. But every time we talk about Saturn and we talk about karma, we talk about reaping, what does everybody do? Oh, Saturn's doing this in my chart. Oh my God, I don't want that. Saturn's going through my first house. Saturn's doing... I say, relax. Saturn is Santa Claus. I told you that before. Saturn is Santa Claus. The word Santa, if you change the letters around, is Satan. Interesting. Whoever made that name up knew
Which word came first, Saturn or Satan?
Saturn did.
Saturn did.
But when they made the parody of parody, the satirical Saturn symbol is Santa Claus. He used to be, you see, he was not a fat roly-poly guy. like he is in the United States. He only got fat in America.
Right. I read that.
Yeah, that's true. He didn't get fat here, or in Europe. He was a skinny guy in Europe. He was a thin guy.
Vegan,
And he was symbolic of Saturn. And what does he say? He comes on, when the sun is entering Capricorn, leaving Sagittarius, every year, December 24th, the sun begins its journey back from the depths of hell. Every year it goes down here to the southern equator, south of the equator, 23 degrees, 27 minutes. Stays there for 3 days and 3 nights. He descended into hell, Christ did, stayed 3 days, 3 nights. The sun does that every year. And then he rises again. Guess what? Amazingly, it rises again. And then up on March 21st, rather, the first day of spring, the sun is on the cross. He's crucified now. It's on the cross. It's another thing. Get my book. Read my book. If you don't have my book, I'll give you a copy. You have a copy of my book. Read the book. It's a little bit tedious to begin, but if you stay with it, you'll get a lot from it. Anyway, so Saturn, Father Time. He's the devourer of all of his children. Well, all of us are going to be devoured someday, unfortunately, and we're going to be commemorated with the symbol, the mineral, the thing that rules, that Saturn rules. It's called rocks. Saturn rules rocks, crystals, and minerals. Saturn rules the skeletal frame of your body, teeth and bones. If somebody has a Saturn affliction in their chart, they've had some bone problems. They've had teeth problems. I know that. You say, how can you know that about me? Huh? I know it because I know your Saturn's heavily afflicted. You see what I'm getting at? So, she's saying, stop talking about me. But the point is, the thing is,
I have
osteoporosis.
Right,
Yeah, I know that because I know that Saturn's afflicted in your chart, honey.
Yeah, I know, that's what's so weird.
But it's not like I'm so smart, it's like I know my astrology.
Yeah.
I'm smart about astrology. And I know that if your Saturn rules skeleton, your teeth, your skeletal frame, your bones, that you have some afflictions there if you got Saturn problems. Okay? Now, Saturn also rules Capricorn, rules the knees.
Do you have those also?
Okay? So people often have problems with their knees.
It's right here.
You got it, huh?
Yeah.
Okay? Saturn working in your chart, see?
Yeah.
So, I know without even doing your chart, I know you're going to have a Saturn problem. See, the problem is I can get it that way or I can go to the chart and get it. See?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it, see? That's right. Another world hurt.
She probably has the.
Give him a break. Maybe some water, how's that?
Yes.
Let me get some water for you real quick. Elena, can you get some water? Right on here. Let me, actually, bring her here. There's water in here, honey. You want to get her water? You can take her the dish in here. Yes,
I
sir.
love that.
Oh, you got water. Huh? No, you got water there. Just go over here around the corner. Huh? Oh, is that what they? Oh, okay. Go around the corner. There should be a little water there. Is there? Some there?
Yeah.
Good. Better drink. All right. So we all start to see the relationships. That's what we're dealing with. Relationships. People are good at seeing connectivity, things connected. You know what I mean?